Child, I never thought I'd be doing a DoorDash darn gone commentary regarding beef within the DoorDash community. Let me go ahead and get a drink of my clear American darn gone juice, honey. Mm-mm-mm. So yeah, the title is right, y'all. We got some beef going on in the darn gone DoorDash community between DoorDash bloggers. I was like, damn, darn gone beef sector just can't darn gone. It's just inching everywhere during the midst of this quarantine, honey. I mean, we're used to seeing this in the beauty sector, the black sector is with the conscious community. But then when it starts going into other communities, such as like the ASMR community, the darn the cooking community, and now we got the darn DoorDash community. Hot tomato. Got to be more careful. So two people that I actually watch, y'all. And y'all gonna have to know this darn hair is stretched out, detangled because it's about to be washed today. Actually, yesterday supposed to be a wash day. But I had some other stuff going on, such as shaving day and then I got a host of emails and stuff yesterday from wax inquiries and stuff, which is more sporadic now since I'm not actively promoting any services at this time because, like I said, I'm waiting to go ahead for this panorama to get going. And shit, I'm getting to the point where I'm going to go ahead and do the 2 vaccinations or the 1 if I decide to go with Johnson & Johnson. So I can get back to doing my main thing. But, in between time, y'all know I be doing my dashing and whatnot. I be doing my vlogs and I be looking at all my folks. I be looking at, old girl. Why can't I a Journey with T? I'll be looking at Car Maze. I'll be looking at Roadzilla. And I'll be doggone inspiring to doggone be able to sing the $5 tip song. I got the $5 tip. I got the $5 tip. And then we got DoorDash Dad. We got UDM and a couple others that fell off over the time. I remember long before I even started DoorDash, I used to look at some DoorDash vloggers who are no longer doing it for whatever reason. But then we got Bentley Coop, who now goes by the name of DoorDash Diaries. Now here comes the issue. With the Decline Now movement, some folks feel like we should not darn be declining the $3 orders, and some folks feel like we should. Some are polarizing on both sides. Some feel like you should never accept the $3 order, and while others feel like you should accept them every now and again. And I felt more on the side of Bentley on that you should accept them every now and again. Now, here's where he done fucked up, honey. You done fucked up. You done fucked up. Now, it's one thing to have your darn disagreements, agree to disagree or whatnot. But, honey, now, we done got some darn reports that he's darn been taking people's screenshots of, and then talking smack about them and comparing them to animals and calling people darn Simba and everything else. I said, oh, Lord, not Simba, honey. I guess it could have been worse. I mean, I guess he could have compared you to Toomba, honey. Or, to the muskrat. At least he compared you to one of the lions, honey. But I digress. And hell, Simba was one of the wasn't Simba the most beloved character? It was Mufasa that was the fucked up one, honey. And I ain't even going to go there with the jokes. I don't got no bone to pick in this fight. I was about to say something on that note about something, but I keep that to myself. Lord knows, don't bring me up in this. As you can tell from my hair, I'm trying to get this back right. Lord knows I don't need nobody trying to come scam me up in here because I don't make nowhere near the amount of money that they be making. I'm already trying to find me a person darn gonna get this situated. Lord knows I don't need to be looking like Tyra Banks. But I will say this though. You was dead ass wrong for darn gonna calling that man any type of darn on Lion King character. You was dead as wrong. And then you talking more smack, and then you deleting comments of people who saying that, y'all should leave it alone, this, that, the third, while you thumbs up comments darn going and, enticing the drama to keep on going, and, to keep the drama going and whatnot. And it's like, that's just unprofessional. It's like we are all, and then the thing is, we are all in different states. Well, the exception for me and you, but even with me and you, Bentley, being in the same state, you up there in Charlotte where you got all the choices to choose from. See, now, if you was down here in the 2-6 in the Ville, honey, the dirty, the 301, baby, through the 303, honey, you would not keep that same energy talking about accepting $3 orders. When you start seeing orders constantly come across your screen for like $3 for 20 miles, and y'all think I'm bullshitting, y'all go check out my vlogs and stuff. Y'all seen where I showed the screenshots and stuff of darn on DoorDash thinking I was about to set a $3 order going 18, 19 miles. $4 going 13 miles. Now, the ones that's like $1 per mile and is very long, case by case basis, I might accept them. Like every now and again, especially to our Army personnel, I say if the order's over $10, I go ahead and deal with the stress of going through the bridge and the checkpoint and shit, to help out our servicemen and stuff. And then there's one particular guy who is way out towards Lillington or whatnot. I got to travel out 10 plus minutes for him. And then after that, I got to go through the backwoods and all of that shit, and don't let it be raining. But he done pay, the order amount's $12, $13. It's going 10 miles. Sometimes, depending on the person, I might go out my way for them. Same thing with apartments. Like I just delivered to a elderly white woman the other night. The order was Little Caesars, and I want to say that was $8 going up the street, literally 1 mile up the street. But due to the way that the apartments was, I came in the wrong way. I had to walk all the way up to the apartments and shit with 6 things of pizza. And once again, understandably, she couldn't meet me or anything because elderly woman, handicapped, 10 grandchildren, birthday. The oldest child in the house was no older than like 7 to 8 years old. So I make my exceptions for cases like that. So I understand that sometimes, not everybody might can afford the tip during a peak pay, because I even heard situations that people said that if the peak pay is a factor, that you should not even accept an order, even if it's $7, $8, $10, if it's not no tip in there. And I disagree, because my thing is this: like during Christmas Eve, when the peak pay is $8, peak pay was like $8, and somebody is ordering like $10 worth of food. Delivery fee is like $3. I don't believe personally nobody should pay more in fees and tips than the actual amount of their food. That's just me. So it's like, and then it's like the distance, if it's reasonable, like let's say it's $3, it's 3 miles away. Peak pay is $8. Delivery fee is $3. That's $11 right there. If somebody don't tip me because hell, the peak pay already covered all that, I'm not going to necessarily be upset. But some people take this darn on no tipping a little bit too far, in my opinion, and go to the point of saying that they would not even accept that. I think that's ridiculous. I'm not turning down $11 because nobody didn't tip and all of that was. And the thing is this: y'all saying y'all want DoorDash to, start providing more of the upfront money. Hell, I think the darn on peak pay and stuff is a little bit more of that at times, especially when there's not enough dashes on the road or whatever reason. But at the same time, there's a way to convey that without darn on taking people's screenshots and then talking shit and darn on throwing out subliminals Then there's back and forth live streams. I mean, just a darn hot mess, y'all. But anybody who's in the been looking at other dashers and been seeing this shit going on, what are y'all thoughts on this? And if you just hearing it from me, what are y'all thoughts on what I just tell y'all? Do y'all think it's, like I said, I think it's darn tacky and unprofessional to be taking other people's screenshots for one. Then darn talking shit about them for two, all over some darn DoorDash. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get it. But anyways, y'all leave y'all thoughts down below. My personal thoughts on the situation is it's pretty much a case-by-case basis. It's like if the, like I say, I was reiterated one more time and I'm getting on out of here and watch this here. But if the peak pay is insanely high, like if it's $8 or something like that, and the order is under $20, like the physical food item is under $20, I can do without a tip if the mileage rate is decent. If it's like going less than 5 miles, I would take it because it's like $2 per mile. And in my market, honey, $2 per mile is extraordinary. And you know now, if you up there in Charlotte, Raleigh, Atlanta, you might get those on the often, but honey, on average down here, I say you fare out making about 83 cents to $1.50 per mile on the average side. $2, you looking good. Anything above $2, honey, you doing damn good. But once again, those are very few and far in between for the market that I'm in. Also, taking offers under $5. Once again, I think there's exceptions. Y'all seen that there have been times where, matter of fact, I give you a couple examples. I took a $3 order that took me right next door to the darn old place. And some people say I wouldn't even take that bullshit. And then come to find out that the person gave me a cash tip. And I get those quite often. Some people say people who do $3 don't never tip. I've had quite a few instances where people don't tip through the app for a myriad of reasons. Like I said, they might be doing us a solid because the cash we don't have to claim taxes on. That's first thing. Number two is the fact that the app do be confusing people. And I do a whole video on how the app, it is somewhat confusing, especially trying to click the other amount because it gives you from what I'm hearing, it gives you pre-selected amounts to choose from. And if you want to choose a specific amount, you got to go to the other and all that. And then there'll be app crashes and stuff that I'm hearing. Some people are not even using the actual app. Some people using the beta apps, and which I don't know nothing about that. And then it looks different on the iPhone versus the Android. So you don't know what reason why somebody might not tip through the app. But anyways, I was at McDonald's on the Merc. I delivered right next door to the mechanic shop. Like literally, I didn't even have to get in my car if I wanted to. I could have literally just kept my car parked, walked right over to the mechanic shop and handed him his order. And the reason, and I know y'all saying, well, why didn't he darn gonna go there himself? This is the instance that I had several times with people. The mechanic was the only person there and he could not leave. So he had to actually get a dasher to go to the McDonald's to go right next door. Another instance was the other night where I went to the Micasitas. The Micasitas is on Bragg Boulevard, and right behind there, now it's a little bit more of a walking distance, but literally it's like a 3-minute walk. You could have walked right up Bragg Boulevard, turned to Fort Bragg Road, and walked right to Jack's Tap Bar. He was the bartender there. He could not get off the bar to darn go, around the corner and pick up Micasitas, even though it's within 3-minute walking distance. Same thing with my older elderly woman who, had the 6 pizzas. She's 70-some years old, heavier set, in a wheelchair, with the grandchildren being about 7, 6, 5 years old. So obviously she's not about to wheel herself down the street. I would say she was about a half a mile from the Little Caesars. She was just right off Ramsey Street. But still, she ain't about to darn wheel herself a half a mile down the darn road and darn have the children luggage darn 6 pizzas. It's like, no. So for whatever reason, some people might not and then another one, Chipotle. And surprisingly, I thought this person did tip because I never seen a base pay number one in intervals other than even or by 50. Usually it'd be like $3, $3.50, $4, $5. But when I seen that it was $6.25, I naturally thought, the person tipped me $3.25 because usually the base pay is $3 for stuff like Chipotle. But Chipotle people always tip and whatnot. So when I seen $6.25 and he was like 2 miles down the street, so that was $3 per mile, right? So I said, okay, I'm going to jump on it because, like I said, it's rare to come across those offers where it's more than $1.50 per mile, right? But he made a message that to make sure he wanted contact delivery because he wanted me to hand him his tip. I was like, well, there's already a tip. It must be additional tip. Come to find out afterwards, it was not a tip. In that particular Chipotle, their base pay is $6.25. Must be nice. Honey, they need to put that base pay for the Ramsey Street location. But I digress, honey. And that location was, let me see. But then again, I think Chipotle does they amounts based off of delivery and the effort it takes, similar like Instacart. Because I noticed their thing always fluctuate. Like people who do gig delivery with DoorDash, do y'all notice that the base pay always tends to fluctuate depending on the distance and all of that with the Chipotle orders versus everybody else? It does not matter the distance. The base pay remains the same. Like I can be going 10 miles, I can be going 2 miles. The base pay stays the same with McDonald's and everything else. But with Chipotle, I always notice that the base pay tends to fluctuate. That's just me. But this particular day, honey, that darn base pay was at $6.25. And he gave me a $5 tip. So, yeah, that's why I say you got to judge it by case basis when it comes to like, perceived low dollar offers. The restaurant, some people think that cheaper restaurants people ain't going to pay versus you more likely to get paid from a higher restaurant. Honey, I done proved that shit wrong multiple times. Y'all done seen I've constantly gotten more higher tips from people sending me to McDonald's and all the cheap restaurants versus the expensive ones. Honey, I'm still, although old dude got back in my good graces because y'all know I let him have it recently on the upload that I did. A $60 seafood order, I did not get no tip. Now he later on came back correct. Later on that month, which y'all are going to see a couple weeks down the road. Because y'all know my video's about 2-3 weeks behind. He ended up giving me an $8 tip on the next order, honey. So I guess somebody done corrected him before I did because now he done came correct with the tip department. But yeah, that's why I say you got to judge it by the market. You can't darn gonna tell no other dasher how they should be doing stuff. And you from a whole different state altogether. Even if you're in the same state, once again, the market can be totally different. So, yeah, that's what it is. It's like, that's my thoughts on it. But, yeah, it's going the extra mile to darn going screenshot people's darn going, photos and throw out jabs and all that shit. It's just so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary and tacky in my humble opinion. Now, I still, watch you and stuff, but I got to call you out, darn going Bentley. What you did was some bullshit in my Candy Birds voice, honey. Cut it out. But anyways, what are y'all thoughts on this situation? Y'all leave it down below. Feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. It is now 3:02. it's time for me to go ahead and wash, reset this doggone hair, and get ready to do my dash schedule tomorrow. So that is it, y'all. I will see y'all soon with more videos.